It's me and John, the original two, back to talk about DC Metal Knight.
Storm on this track, I'll knock it out of sight. Reed Richards, Hamlock, Johnny, can I get a light? X-Men 2099, we the freak show. Not a living planet, but I gotta check my ego. Cap is Hydra, can you handle that reveal? Bruce Rocks, Allison Blair, and the Batmobile.
So it's basically just a Justice League story, though, like kind of starting out, right?
Yeah.
I mean, so we get like the Justice League together on some like planet fighting in all metal stuff, and I guess there is just this one short opening.
Yeah.
Which, do you know anything? Does this make anything to you? This means nothing to me either.
Yeah.
So I have no idea. We got a bird, a wolf, a bear paw. Who knows? But then you do get this really kind of like funny Justice League kind of story where Mongol has them on like a TV program where everybody's watching them and they're fighting like
DC's
Running Man
Mojo
style.
World, basically.
Yeah, totally Mojo World.
Yeah.
But it's kind of just like building up this like folklore or almost like mythos about this metal to hopefully go somewhere with it. Because this is a pretty long book and I would say, I don't know if I even can tell you exactly what's happening in this book. Go ahead, John.
That's what my question was do you think that for all the hype that this book got, I saw comic shops posting online, we were going to be sold out, this is the hottest comic ever, much like our headbanging at the beginning. I think mine stops at the cover. There were some cool moments though in the book, and actually one of them was the Mongol story with armor with effects that kind of negate their powers a little bit and make them a little more vulnerable. I like that, especially with Superman. You know how I feel about Superman.
Yeah.
I don't know about merging into a big Megazord, even though I like Power Rangers.
I was going to say they'd Voltroned out at one point, which was kind of seemed, but it was playful and fun at that point. At this point, it is like silly, fun, like Power Rangers, Voltron stuff, where you're like, okay, I mean, I guess if this is how the tone's gonna go, then okay, whatever.
But I don't know, truthfully, like with the mythos surrounding the metal and everything, the book does a lot of hopping, and for me, it was just kind of like, what in the heck is going on? I'm not as proficient with DC, as Tom probably is, but like for me,
I mean that's not true because it's confusing for anybody. I mean, we get that Mojo World thing, and then boom, we're out of it, right? Immediately, and then we're talking to the person who used to be Hot Girl, and now she's not Hot Girl, and she's like,
I destroyed my wings, and all this other stuff.
She like runs an elite group that's like anti-apocalyptic group. It's like, okay, man, this is
AA group.
Yeah, so that got a little silly. I feel like that was the main part that like carried the whole story, tried to bring in the backstory, and that was like the part I didn't like the most.
Yeah.
Red
Tornado made a cool cameo, so that's cool.
Red Tornado tries to like take everyone out. Apparently, he thinks they're opening the door to the nth metal again or something like that, so he attacks. Everybody has funny quips, but you get Batman. He at one point flashes like, I bet Batman had a way out of here as soon as we landed, and it's really high tech, and really he's just riding like a velociraptor.
Got lost in the Savage Land.
So I mean, which is completely random because they're like nowhere near dinosaurs or anything, and then he escapes on this. Who fucking knows, man? That ties into like the first part where it was really fun, and then it gets to be like really convoluted. But the biggest, I mean, you get this teaser of this team's gonna come soon, and we've seen like stuff. I mean, it looks like a good version of Necrosha from Marvel DC style, so that could be really cool. But then we learn that the entire thing that was happening with Hot Girl and all this, and like these powered freaking out Cyborg and Flash and trying to get this was just Batman like setting everybody up to distract them because he's digging into the real mystery, which is dun dun dun, the reason everybody's gonna be pissed, and big spoiler warning here. What? Morpheus is back. So this is Morpheus from Neil Gaiman's Vertigo series, The Sandman. This is The Sandman, also better known as Morpheus or Dream, Sleep, The Endless. This is Watchmen-esque. You know how like Watchmen, I mean how DC like fucking ruined Watchmen with the button and tried to pull him in and I had to like step away? Yeah. It's like, you're almost pushing me away. Why is Morpheus in this Justice League Goofy Tales?
I've got the best thing for you.
I feel like I have like so much Sandman. I'm just gonna like grab here. Like, I love Sandman. Like, I have Sandman galore. Yeah. And he's like that gothic 90s cool weird dude that is always like really out there and like heady reading, and they're just going to when I got to so
I have a confession though.
Yeah.
I don't even know who
of course you wouldn't. And I would say most people wouldn't, right?
Because I was just like, I think I'm supposed to care about this.
Yeah,
and I don't. And I feel bad because I actually have read like very limited Sandman literature, but not a whole lot. So for me, I was just kind of like, the moment just went by. But I've heard a lot of controversy about this cameo. But I was kind of looking through the book like, what's the big deal? I don't get it, you know?
Well, the thing is, he's not normally ever in DC continuity. Maybe he was with Swamp Thing at some point, or Constantine. Maybe they switched around at some point. But it's a Vertigo book, that like has sold forever, and they're just doing the Watchmen thing of like tying in this old great selling thing that has nothing to do with DC Comics and trying to tie it in turn diluting the original product. But hopefully not. You know what? I don't give a shit about Sandman nearly as much as I care about Watchmen.
Okay.
Like, Watchmen is boss. But, so, you know what? I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to buy the next one, and we'll see where we're going from here, because I'm not going to say it's good, but I'm not going to say it's bad either. It was weird and, like, offsetting and kind of off-putting. So, who knows? Maybe that's what Snyder's trying to do with this metal shit.
Speaking of which, great playlist for a D&D game.
That's right. We had D&D a couple days ago, and we rocked Scott Snyder's playlist on Spotify. So hey, do the same. Even though Bruce Springsteen was on his metal playlist, which was a little weird. But anyway, all right, I'll give this 2.5 beers out of 6. How about you, John?
I'm probably going to be right in line with you. There's some great points to it, but it's so weird, and definitely going to stick to 2.5.
2.5. All right, and as John always says,
keep it comics for sure, man. Boom.